Welcome back, in Dexter, Original Sin, Episode 4, let's dive into the mysterious death. A child discovered hanging from a bridge marks the start of a fresh homicide. In the 4th episode of Dexter, Original Sin, the one thing that Dexter finds offensive is child murder, and it seems like the cartel could be involved. Dexter is sent to work on another murder in Coconut Grove by Harry, who arranges traffic while telling him that his feelings of revulsion and terror are very typical. Harry devotes all of his time and energy to Dexter and his feelings, but he ignores Deb. She becomes enraged when she learns that Harry has driven the truck to work. She is expected to take the squad out in the same truck. Deb chooses to try something new as the others forsake her. After the scheme fails, they decide to get high after obtaining some cocaine. As the forensics expert, Dexter is thrust into the center of the controversy when he is called upon to examine a body found on the beach in Coconut Grove. Dexter describes the murder's method of operation in a point-of-view shot before the body is finally tagged and bagged. As Dexter attempts to identify the child's killer, the hanging boy case gains headlines. There isn't much more to go on than the fact that the youngster was strung up 8 to 10 hours after being slain with an ice pick. Dexter is a possessed man committed to obtaining justice. He resolves to kill again in order to distract himself after realizing that he needs to vent his emotions, and he's got the man. Dexter discovered documents for a man named Mad Dog while looking through the archives. As a former hired hitman, Mad Dog has ties to the mob and addresses in Boston, New York, and Chicago. In the 1970s, Mad Dog was implicated in more than 24 mob-connected killings. He claims he's simply a retired fisherman, but hasn't been charged with anything since coming to Miami. Dex goes to Harry's residence because he needs proof. Even though Harry permits the murder, Dexter discovers some torn paperwork there, which he reconstructs and finds might provide information on Mad Dog's upcoming strike. The Miami Police Department is investigating 2 incidents. Blake Kirsten is the subject of the Coconut Grove homicide. When his parents discovered he was gay, he was expelled. Now, the clear absence of blood splatter suggests that Blake was dead before his head impacted the floor. The murderer wasn't robbed, and it seems he wanted to feel the light go away. This was all about an intimate, personal murder. Deb is still rebelling in the midst of all this. Along with her companion, she goes to the club and even gets a guy's number. This is Gio, an accountant who eventually drifts away from her family. As Harry and Dex become closer, there are additional flashbacks involving Harry. In the past, they're going after Zin Hernandez, a big fish, because of his connections to Laura and Harry's developing emotions for her. Despite his worries, Harry takes on the role of babysitter while Laura leaves for her meeting. Bobby, however, is able to see exactly what is going on and gives his companion a harsh look as they leave. Harry and Dexter first become acquainted while Dexter is out in the yard holding a dead lizard. Together, Brian and Dex bury it, creating a favorable environment for their relationship to develop. Despite Harry's futile attempts to turn away, they end up kissing when Laura returns from her fruitful meeting. Dexter takes on more than he can handle as the episode concludes. He chooses to start the murder session after attacking Mad Dog. However, in the middle of the night, Mad Dog escapes and dashes up the street, only to be struck by a vehicle, shocking Dexter. As we see more of the past, we ultimately witness Laura and Dexter's initial serious involvement with Harry, as well as the connection between all of this. Here, Harry gives in to his cravings, which, to be honest, have been building for a few episodes.